Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Today we have to talk about a major event in the international technology circle, which is closely related to the mobile phones and computers we usually use. That is a decision made by TSMC recently, no license, but orders. As soon as this happened, foreign media reported that the situation was over. What happened? We ordinary people should also pay attention to it. Let's talk about TSMC first. TSMC is the leading company in the global chip foundry. Simply put, many chips in mobile phones and computers are produced by them. TSMC's technology and strength are obvious to all, so its status in the international technology circle is also quite high. However, TSMC recently made an unexpected decision: no license, but orders. What does this mean? We have to talk slowly. It turns out that TSMC has always been doing things according to international rules, and the production of chips requires the permission of relevant countries and regions. However, the recent changes in the international political and economic situation have put some pressure on TSMC. In particular, the restrictions on chip exports by some countries have made TSMC feel a little uneasy. In this situation, TSMC made a bold decision: no license, but orders. Simply put, regardless of those international rules, as long as there are orders, TSMC dares to produce. Once this happened, it caused a stir. Foreign media reported this incident one after another, saying that TSMC was challenging international rules, and some even said that it was a lost cause. So, why did TSMC make such a decision? What impact does this have on us ordinary people? Let's first talk about why TSMC made such a decision. In fact, the reasons behind this are quite complicated. On the one hand, TSMC is facing huge market competition pressure. Now the global chip foundry market is becoming more and more competitive, and many countries are vigorously developing their own chip industries and want to get rid of their dependence on foreign chips. If TSMC still follows the old rules, it is likely to lose some important customers and orders. On the other hand, TSMC has also seen the trend of future technological development. Now new technologies such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and 5G are developing rapidly, and the demand for chips for these new technologies is huge. If TSMC can seize this opportunity and vigorously produce the chips needed for these new technologies, the future development prospects will be very broad. Therefore, TSMC made this bold decision: no license, but orders. They want to seize market share and improve their competitiveness in this way. So, what impact does this have on us ordinary people? To be honest, there may not be much impact in the short term. After all, the chips in the mobile phones and computers we usually use are already produced and will not change suddenly because of this decision. However, in the long run, this matter may have some impact on our lives. On the one hand, if TSMC can successfully seize market share, the chips they produce may be cheaper and more convenient to use. In this way, we may be able to enjoy more discounts and better performance when buying mobile phones and computers. On the other hand, if TSMC's decision triggers international disputes or trade wars, it may have some negative impact on our lives. For example, it may lead to tight chip supply and price increases for electronic products, such as mobile phones and computers. It may even affect the technological development and industrial upgrading of our country. However, we don't have to worry too much about this. After all, the international science and technology circle is complicated and not easy for ordinary people to understand. Moreover, our country also has its own chip industry and technology development plan. Even if TSMC's decision really causes any problems, our country has the ability to deal with and solve them. So, we ordinary people can live our lives in peace. Of course, we can also pay more attention to these international science and technology circles and understand the latest technological developments and development trends. In this way, we can better adapt to this rapidly developing era. Finally, we have to talk about whether TSMC's decision is right or wrong. To be honest, there is no absolute right or wrong in this matter. After all, every company has its own development strategy and considerations. TSMC made this decision out of its own interests and future development considerations. However, we must also see the risks and uncertainties that this matter may bring. After all, challenging international rules is not a trivial matter and is likely to trigger a series of chain reactions and consequences. Therefore, TSMC must also think about this matter carefully and make adequate preparations and countermeasures. In short, TSMC's decision has caused an uproar in the international technology circle. Although we ordinary people may not fully understand the complexity and impact behind this matter, we must also care about it. After all, it is closely related to our lives. I hope TSMC can make the right decisions and actions. I also hope that our country's technology industry can become stronger and more developed.